Type shit, and we killing it. Type shit, type mitt, and we killing it. Flat, flit. Type spit, and we feeling it, killing it, willing it, killing it, still in it. Type spit.
Shock rifle available.
Let's get grappled shock.
Enemy Spartans are closing in.
Okay.
Above us. Close. Enemy there. In my sight.
Shot caller.
Target spotted. Tango's closing in.
Plasma grenades acquired.
In my sight.
They both ran over there?
Enemy Spartans are closing in.
Lost the lead.
Got caught out so hard.
Shock rifle inbound. Oh, I actually feel kind of bad about that one. Shock rifle available.
It doesn't stick, and like I feel like my sticks just go completely through people. Wish my sticks would do a little sticking.
Enemy field's down.
What?
Shields are down.
We're so toast, bud. Where the fuck did this kid go?
You make those bullets sting, Spartan. Good old-fashioned takedown.
Get him, get him, get him. Get him, boy. Stick him.
Halfway to victory. Shot caller. Perfect.
Oh shit, I'm fucking up my movement.
That's a wallop.
And he's gonna think he's weak and then lose a battle early. Yeah.
Up there. Down there.
Shock rifle inbound.
Target spotted.
Shot caller.
Shock rifle available.
My movement is ass.
Tango's closing in. Enemy there.
Absolutely insane recovery from that kid right there. It's the worst place us kid could have been there. Fucking. Get a weak boy, get a weak boy.
Thrusters acquired.
Minutes remaining. Nearing victory.
Close.
He's pissed.
Good.
Good job, teammates.
Takedown.
In my sights. Enemy there.
Victory.
So. I get by with the moment of the rise. Sooner or later, sooner you light or you. Teammate's pretty good.
oil, as it's often been before. Prices are swinging wildly at the moment, but the president said this.
Prices are coming down very substantially. Oil will be coming down. That's just a matter of war. That happens you can almost predict it. I would say it went up a little bit less than we
Yes, I'll
thought.
get the
It's gonna come
1700
down
without
more
you,
than
kid.
we-
You ain't nothing to me, baby.
As it stands, Iran has only tightened its grip on the Strait of Hormuz. It's now exporting more of its own oil than before the war began, while making it more expensive for everybody else. And if the US always planned to take control, to conquer the strait and leave Israel to police it, why did nobody say that? Trump was crystal clear about the unashamedly selfish benefits of raiding Venezuela. He's made a similar case about Greenland, whether you agree with it or not. So why the muddled messaging now? It's impossible to disconnect it from the bigger picture about his final term, the defense of MAGA's legacy and the battle for its future. The so-called MAGA war was red hot long before the Iran war began. Trump will be well aware that one side is extremely skeptical about Israel because it's a direct threat to a very literal interpretation of America first, fix this country before sending bombs to fix everybody else's. The other side would rather you didn't talk about Israel at all, as is to express unconditional support. Israel, they believe, is a key overseas territory in a new American empire which rules the world with muscle.
Hey, but remember, bro, apes together, strong. So don't be worrying about what I be doing in my own time, and I won't be worrying about what you be doing. Apes together, strong.
And I'll tell you, I've made the decision that I'm going to take him on head directly.
Well, Tucker Carlson rejoins me now on Uncensored. Tucker, how are you?
It's such a serious topic, and then you play the Ted Cruz clip, and I laugh. He already took me on head-to-head last summer. I'm not running for president, so I don't know why he would be running for president against me. But thank you. And Piers, as I have said publicly a number of times, you have been, even though we disagree on a lot of core issues, you've been a champion for free speech for years, especially as free speech, the allowable window of free speech shrinks, and you've been one of the world's great champions of it. So I'm not surprised that you're getting attacked for that. But good for you for what you're doing. Thank you.
Well, we're going to come to some of those attacks a little later. Just in relation to Ted Cruz, I mean, I watched that interview that you did with him, where he had no idea how many people live in Iran. And as you rightly pointed out,
Canada.
probably a basic prerequisite.
Looks like my
of
search is
knowing about
glitch
a
here.
country
Hold on.
Before you may wish to, for example, attack a country. And it may be that him now responding in the way that he is because you embarrassed him.
Little
so
glitch
much
search
in
here.
relation to his claim
Happens.
that you are the single most dangerous demagogue in America. How do you respond to that?
Well, I'm honored that I beat Mamdani and AOC and the entire Democratic Party. I mean, this is a conservative Republican senator from Texas telling you that I am the most dangerous. Well, why is that? You know, I have no allegiance to any foreign country, only my own, the one in which I was born. Unlike Ted Cruz, who's from Canada. Why would I be the most dangerous? In fact, I'm not a demagogue. I don't seek to divide people. It pains me to see people divided. It's against my religion, and it's bad for my country. He's mad at me, well, yeah, because his interview didn't go well, as you said. That's true, I think. But he's actually most mad at me because I'm criticizing our alliance with Israel, and I'm not doing that because I'm getting anything out of it. I'm certainly not. Or because I hate Israel. I don't and never have. But because I don't think it helps the United States. And I've been saying that for the last year to increasing irritation from agents of Israel like Ted Cruz. And now this war kind of proves the point. Unfortunately, I wish we hadn't come to this, but this is so destructive to American national interest that it's hard to believe destroying American national interest, weakening the United States, wasn't part of the point. How could it not have been? And the last point I would make about relevant knowledge of a country you seek to overthrow is that, like, looking at maps doesn't tell you the whole story, but it tells you part of the story. And at the eastern end of the Persian Gulf is a strait called Hormuz, through which 20% of the world's energy flows, and a huge percentage of its fertilizer and sulfur and petrochemicals and things that we need for civilization. And if you shut that down, the world economy tanks. And by the way, if you take out the government that controls one half of that strait, and that government is replaced by warring tribes, a civil war, then you open it up to piracy. And anybody with a $400 drone can prevent an oil tanker from getting through the strait. So chaos is actually the enemy of commerce, as are, you know, terrorist regimes. But chaos is actually even more of a threat because you cannot meaningfully negotiate with pirates, even with the Houthis. So, like, what was the plan? What was the plan to overthrow the government of Iran or even attack it in a meaningful way without jeopardizing core American interests? And the answer is there never was a plan, because the people who thought this up don't care about core American interests. And the net effect is
Tucker's
you
a
hand
genius,
the Middle
bro.
East to
He's
the
a
Chinese,
fucking.
which is what is
He's
in
probably
process
the
of happening.
goat
I
when it
hope
comes
for
to
the sake of the United
fucking
States and the world that we can stop that. But the truth is, our real
politics.
allies in the region are the 6 Gulf monarchies that control a lot of the world's energy. And by the way, they're pro-American and decent people, as you know, because you and I had lunch there. This is a nice part
Yeah,
of
we
the
did.
world. It's being destroyed. Yeah, these are our allies. We have bases in these countries for a reason, not just...
Well, road to 1700. Here we go. Here we go, boy. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look.
Slayer.
Got my boy back. Let's see here. Coin slice and boy Nesses. Are they Smurfs? Let's see here. No and yes. We got one Smurf here. Okay. Let's expect the worst, eh, King?
Beat him to a pulp, Spartan. Oh, no, I actually feel kind of bad about that one.
Never stay in that corner, Corn Slice. It never works. Oh, fuck. See, how's that not a headshot?
Hostiles down, and not getting up.
It's annoying that he was close. I thought he was through. Get that shot, boy. Wow. He just stays there. Bad play. Very bad play. Oh my god, I just had nowhere to go. Make that make sound. Just fucking with the wrong dude.
Active camo inbound. Active camo available.
Visible book.
Shock rifle inbound.
Good kill.
Down.
Lost the lead. Enemy halfway to victory.
That was crazy. Oh my god, my teammate's showing his diamond.
My sights. Enemy Spartans are closing in.
Like the whole time, I'm just like, I'm stalling for minutes, and this kid is making nothing happen. He just gets bodied across map. Dude just 5'd me through my. Yep, it's a smurf, like I said.
Echo's closing in.
Enemy team nearing victory.
Active camo in.
Very sketchy player right there.
Good. Active camo available. Active camo acquired.
Closing in.
Oh, that thing packs a wallop.
Like, dude, my teammate just died to that kid?
Shock rifle available.
Target spotted.
Fuck.
Cluster luck. Double kill. Five minutes remaining.
Still! Dude, these kids are so foolish.
Active camo inbound.
Defeat.
My teammate's so bad, holy fuck. I can't be dealing with Smurfs, man, because my teammates are not going to be Smurfs.
Slayer.
Earn the most kills, and we win.
2, 1.
A good old-fashioned
Really run on me.
takedown.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, Yazon, just try not to chow 2 people unless you're me. Because I can actually win those, by the way.
Hostiles down and not getting up.
Double kill.
Not a good look for old corn slice there. What the fuck?
You make those bullets sing, Spartan. Cut 'em up good.
Target spotted.
Oh my god, like, his movement was weird.
Visible.
Nice. It's huge.
Hostiles down and not getting up.
Booty. Haha, you know what I was about to say, right? Mm. This dude is simply better than me, unfortunately. I can't carry against someone better than I am. Clearly, ledge jumps don't work on this
Way
kid because
to
he's aimbotting.
victory.
Really weird.
Active camo inbound. Shooting, Spartan. Active camo available.
Tango's closing.
Oh, okay, okay. That's not a kill for me. I had the best play of all time. Fucking hell, man.
Candles out. Stay low. Taking.
Show yourself, demon.
Team nearing victory.
This kid does not fall for my little games at all. He's seen it all. He's seen a billion sprint strafes, a billion ledge jumps. He just doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Plasma grenades obtained.
Five minutes remaining. Gained the lead. Perfect.
Here I was thinking we were done. Active camo inbound. Active camo available. Ooh, you make those bullets sting, Spark.
The only person on the planet right there that would not push forward. Mind blowing.
Tango's closing in.
Lost the lead.
Fucking hell.
Active camo inbound.
Yep, that's the worst thing my teammate could have ever done is leave me. What? Oh my god, he just decides to flank. I like how I jumped up there 3 times and they weren't weak a single time. Like, what? What was he shooting at?
Slayer.
I did the most insane shit to live there too. That's what pisses me off.
Beat him to a pulp, Spartan.
Well, so now rockets are gonna be impossible to get.
Plasma grenades acquired.
I'm like still like full of nerves from that last standoff, so I can't aim.
M41 up. Please be careful. Cut him up good.
Grab the sniper.
Gained the lead.
My shield's popped.
Enemy there. In my sights.
You make those bullets sing, Spartan.
I don't know where they're gonna spawn. What the fuck?
Killing spree.
Almost out of ammo, Spartan. Power weapons on the way. And here I was thinking we were doomed. Power weapons have arrived. Glad I'm in your head and not that head.
Just keep going for
What's
snipe.
left of it?
Target spotted.
Nice.
Shield.
I mean, why did I just spawn
Good
there?
old-fashioned takedown?
Halfway to victory.
This dude's a carbine fiend like me. I'm gonna spawn across that. Oh, fuck.
Down, and not getting up.
Tell me you at least got the snipe. Okay. Whew.
They're close.
Thrusters acquired.
Teammates shitting on him. Ledge jumps don't work anymore, Joyce! I have to punish somebody now. Oh, is there anybody near me that I can punish?
Victory.
You can sprint straight, but you just gotta learn how to do that shit, right? Well, it does feel good to 25-14, the kid that just made me lose 2 games in a fucking Ray. It's fucking hog shit. I have to go pee real quick.
Slayer.
Earn the most kills, and we win. Oh, you are an artiste with that gun, Spartan. Shields overcharged. Ooh, you make those bullets sing, Spartan.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Shot caller. Perfect.
Doing pretty good, huh? Hostiles down, and not getting up.
Perfect.
Power items inbound. Oh, thank heavens! A long-range weapon.
No scope. Halfway to victory.
This is, without question, my favorite weapon. A good old-fashioned takedown.
Killing spree. Nearing victory.
Cut him up good.
Good kill.
Perfect.
That right there is why I picked you.
In my sights.
Victory. Shot caller.
Absolutely shitting on those diamonds right there. I was talking the whole time. I had my mic muted. Just, they could not win a battle. It's so funny. See, Yazon had his chance to impress me. I hit on that. Made my Diamond 3 look amazing. I mean, I was locked in, but I was having a great time joking around, making fun of him. Imagine I was trying that hard, I just didn't speak. So I've had like 10 games today, and 9 of them have consisted of Yazon. The poor guy is not having a good time, but his only wins were with me, by the way. Might I add. Might I add that. You're only as good as a diamond on your team. That's a quote I've been working on. Thanks, man. I'm gonna get 7000 today. Ain't no fucking shit about it, kid. Ain't no shit about it, kid. Time to get back from Tucker Carlson and Fulton Close. Nope, got a game. What's up, dude? Fucking hog shit. Yeah, we'll see about that, kid. The Onyx division. That's something a Platt would say. There we go.
Slayer.
Yeah, some new names. New rank, new me. Here we go. First time in Onyx. Let's see. Not Smurf. Not Smurf. Alright, we're good. Teammate Smurf? Not Smurf. Alright, here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. More fuck shit. Let's go.
Move fast and kill faster.
Yeah, that's close.
Sniper.
Nope, fell down.
Overshield available.
Shield. Boost. Okay. Getting shit on so far. Onyx does have worse connections, I'll give them that. The servers in Onyx are worse. It's like, what? Sorry it took so long, Clutch. Like, I promise you I'm trying to do the right stuff. I'm just a little hog shit right now.
Target spotted.
Shot caller.
Overshield inbound. Overshield available.
I honestly thought I got a lunge. I was trying to world star him. Oh my god. That would have been so sick if it worked out. I was like trying to jump off the map and lunge back onto it, but it just didn't quite work out.
S7 sniper available.
Dude, they're sweaty little bullshits.
A good old-fashioned takedown.
Both one. Get them both. Both one, both one. Nice.
In my sights.
Cut him up good.
I would hit that jump, dude. I'm so bad for not hitting that. I'm trash for not hitting that giant.
Good shooting.
I love how Diamond just think they can win battles.
Halfway.
Because they're used to it, you know?
Overshield inbound.
I might as well bunker, no. Jump. He might have been too close. No, we're good. Bam!
Hey, be careful with those.
He played that pretty well, I gotta say. Yeah, right there, I wouldn't have held forward. I probably would have backed up into the cover, but that's just me. I mean, you know,
S7 sniper here.
S7 sniper available.
I got a blinker there, and that's a 5-shot, bro. Dude! What is wrong? He fives me through my ledge jump! What is happening to us? Some bullfuck!
Oh, are an artiste with that gun, Spartan. Overshield inbound. A good old-fashioned
Embarrassed.
takedown. Overshield available. Shields boosted.
Victory.
In my sights. Up there.
Oh, fuck. I fucked up here. The discipline is unreal by me.
Killing spree. Victory.
Hi, Max. Same old shit. Same old shit. Same old bull spiel. It is fun, bud. I'm having a really good time. You could always go home and play with. You could always go home. Go home. Let's just say Harold's a. Love the transition from burp to speak. It was seamless. Let's just say Harold's mopping, being a mopping menace in dubs right now. I'll probably lose with Yazon. I don't think he's good enough for these guys.
Move fast and kill faster.
Okay. That's annoying. Yeah, let's just full challenge us. Full challenge, yeah.
Gain the lead.
In my sights. Pop their shields.
That's such a huge kill by him.
Lost the lead.
Pop their shields.
Get him up, get him up, get him up, get him up, get him up.
That thing packs a wall. Over shield inbound. Over shield available.
Gain the lead. Double kill.
That's it, sniper.
Nice.
That's sniper available.
Wow. Insane how that no-scope missed. He just goes top mid. That's weird. Yeah, I think these kids might be a little too good for Yazon. Like, he's trying his best, and I appreciate it, but... what I'm saying, like they're actually like competent.
Enemy halfway to victory.
Overshield located.
Wow. Oh, I actually feel kind of bad about that one. Overshield available.
Gain the lead.
I really don't know if he's snipe or back here. He's gonna go driveway for sure, right? Gotta get him alone. Not gonna work.
Down there.
That's 7 sniper inbound.
He's killing it right now, boy.
That's 7 sniper available.
Killing spree.
Wow. Trying to get that sniper.
Nearing victory.
Wait.
Overshield inbound. Oh, heavens. The long range weapon.
I brought snipe to him. That's sick. Get him, Yejang. Yejang.
In my sight.
The ego on him. I knew he would have that diamond ego. Wait, where? Oh, he was right on me. That's crazy. Oh no, he's
5
getting
minutes remaining.
he's getting baited. And I missed my jump. Dude, that kid's ego is getting the best of him.
That's 7 sniper inbound.
Baited.
Good shooting, Bart. 7 sniper available.
I'm way too good. That's crazy, bud. I mean, Yazon, he stepped it up. I'm not gonna lie. He got some kills I did not think he would. I'm gonna 2 and done those kids. Getting kind of tired of them. Full too close for a second. You gotta leave diamonds with broken egos. I think that's the best thing you can do. And we did it for years on Reach.
protect Israel, but to protect the Straits of Hormuz. We haven't been able to defend these countries to the extent that I think they thought we would be able to. We've moved a lot of the anti-missile defense that might have protected them to Israel. And so for them, at the end of all of this, the question is going to be, do we allow the Americans to come back and occupy bases on the Persian Gulf? What's in it for us? We just got bombed for it. No one protected us. Our energy infrastructure is damaged. Our economy's offline for months as we rebuild it. In the case of Dubai, you know, it's a branding disaster. Like, there's no upside. And so at that point, the Chinese, the world's largest economy, kind of sat this out on the sidelines, said basically nothing, maybe called on to negotiate some kind of peaceful resolution to this. The Chinese, not the US, the Chinese. And then it naturally follows that China, which is the largest trading partner of every country on both sides of the Persian Gulf, would become the dominant power in the Persian Gulf. It would become Chinese. So, like, if you thought about this for 2 minutes before advocating for it, you might arrive at that conclusion, or at least conclude that's possible. That could happen if killing an 86-year-old religious leader didn't cause a spontaneous creation of a pro-Western government, which was apparently Ted Cruz's plan. If that didn't work, what would happen? Well, China would take over. And so anyone who didn't think that through is either not qualified to lead anything, including one half of the state of Texas. That person is probably actively working against America's core long-term interests. I don't know what other conclusion to reach.
It's been reported that you described the attacks when they first happened as evil and dangerous. Is that true, and is that a reflection of how you felt in that moment when you heard it had finally happened?
I got a text from someone I've known for many years right when I woke up and said, "What do you think of this?" And I said, "Evil and disgusting," actually is what I said. And I wrote it to John Carl, who's a reporter at ABC News, who I've known since the early 90s. I had no idea this was some kind of on-the-record thing. He immediately went on breaking news and, you know, and reported that. I had no desire to get that out there. I want to present my views in a more cogent, thoughtful way than just growling right when I wake up in response to the news on my phone. But yes, I'm not running away from what I said. That was my initial reaction. I thought this was a disaster for American interests. I've thought that for many years. I've advocated against this war. I advocated against a war in Iran with Trump in the first Trump administration. So this is not a new position for me. I don't want to be vindicated in my fears, but unfortunately I think the very few people who publicly oppose this are being vindicated because I don't know what the case is that this is good for the United States. No one's even attempting to make that case. So instead they say, well, you hate Jews. To which I always say, well, not only do I not hate Jews, I think anti-Semitism is immoral, it's against my religion. Shut up, you hate Jews. And that is designed to do a bunch of different things, create more loyalty to Israel. There's so much anti-Semitism, you must be loyal to Israel. That's definitely one of the aims of this. Another is to imperil the person you're calling a Nazi because Nazis get shot. Everyone knows that. And the third is to make people who disagree with you or who platform those who might disagree with you, or Bibi Netanyahu, censor them, take them off the air, shut them up, silence them. Those are the points of it. But at no juncture have I ever met anybody who has laid out like a kind of reasonable, even slightly fantastical, but just like logical case for how this war will benefit the United States, make us stronger.
Dude is
safer.
preaching!
I've never heard that case. I'm waiting for it. I would love to hear it. I'd love to believe it.
You were in the Oval Office with President Trump. You were photographed with him. You met him, I think.
Well, Pierce
maybe
doesn't
2
respond to
times,
anything.
in the
3
months
times.
leading up to this war.
He just keeps
And I presume
bringing up
you
his talking
discussed
points written
the
on his
potential
notepad.
for war in Iran with him. You know, did you try and persuade him that this would be a terrible idea?
Of course, that's why I went 3 times in a month, 5 weeks maybe. Yeah, that's why I went, and I've known him well.
Slayer.
He's on again. He's against me though. If God be for us, who could be against him? Who? Yang Yang? Yang Yang can't be against him. God's for him.
Move fast and kill faster.
Shields down.
Cut him up good.
Is he just hiding? I'm very confused how he just hides. No melee.
Lost the lead.
Alright, I played that absolutely flawlessly, so good job. Oops.
They're under attack.
Gained the lead.
Take your cover.
Over shield inbound. Ooh, you make those bullets sing, Spartan. Over shield available.
I tried to.
That's 7 seconds. Inbound.
Target's closing in.
Lost the lead.
Get him! I don't like anything that's happening. Connection sucks, dude. 50 ping, make that make sense. Maggot. Wow, blank city, huh? Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch.
Target spotted.
Oh, fuck. And this kid's on here. And he's pre-firing me. Well, I suck for missing that. I really don't mess well with this kid, that's for damn sure. Just get him! Like how is he so slow?
Spotted an overshield. Gained the lead.
Grabbed over.
Over shield available.
Halfway to victory.
I'm confused. That's damn.
That's 7 sniper. Inbound. That's 7 sniper. Available.
I don't want to play on this ping anymore.
Oh, you are an artist.
I can't predict diamonds, dude! I cannot!
cover.
Enemy there.
See, like my shots do not count.
Nearing victory.
Shields are down.
5 minutes remaining.
See, the worst thing about ping like this is your shots cross map do not count.
S7 sniper available.
In my sights.
Shot caller.
Overshield inbound. Overshield available.
Like, where are my shots? Like, I have the slowest teammate on the planet. I really believe that.
Victory.
Oh my god, that ping was so tough. I think like over 30 ping, your shots just do not count cross map. You can't get in D-scope battles if you were 30 plus ping. 30 plus ping. I'm bad ping. He lost 0, so he's gonna keep matching me. Get me into 1700s and get me out of here! God! Get me out of this rink!
I can do it. Watch me. Watch me go.
Long time as you have, and always gotten along with him, still get along with him. I still like him. I'll always like him no matter what happens. Just because I like him as a guy. And I think he's trying his best. But in this case, you know, I couldn't have an effect. I tried sincerely. I wasn't getting paid for it. It coming, of course, at some reputational cost. You know, no one wants to deal with being called a Nazi. Screaming,
Yeah, I would hate to be
threatened,
called a
or
Nazi.
Kids threatened, which has happened to me a lot, and no one wants to deal with that. But I just felt that this was so serious that it was worth doing whatever I could, because, my gosh, you know, people could die. The balance of power globally could change. I've never supported the idea of an American empire, but we have one, and it's in retreat, but there's a way to manage that that's not damaging or profoundly damaging to the United States, the country that I actually live in, that I was born in. And this is not the way. Wars accelerate trends in progress. They bring massive and unexpected change. Every war does this. It's the nature of war. The second people start dying, all kinds of things you never anticipated will happen. And you can't control them. You lose control of the process. I've covered wars. I've certainly watched a lot, read about a lot.
If I hated that, bud, I'd be playing on my
but
main,
I try
kid.
To apply
Don't give a shit about all that
lessons
crap.
from history to present day
Don't give a
realities.
fuck about
and
that,
was the
man.
first thing I said to the president and anyone else who would listen. Once this starts, the world is going to find out exactly how strong
Give
we
a
are,
fuck, dude.
which is not something you necessarily want to reveal.
Don't give a shit,
An
dude.
implied threat is much more effective. In other words, like,
Bullshit.
you know, we're squaring off for
Don't
a
give a
fight.
fuck about
You're
CSR.
lifting a lot.
Fucking stupid shit.
I'm afraid of you, but I don't really know what you're capable of until I hit you or you hit me, and then we find out, and maybe it turns out you have no heart, you know, and you lose.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
War is kind of the great reveal, and you don't necessarily want to go there, especially if you've ruled the world without question for 80 years, and your capabilities have never really been tested. You haven't fought a big country, really, since 1953 when the Chinese entered the Korean War. So, like, you don't really know what you're capable of, and you don't really want to find out. Let's not find out.
Give
How's
a
that?
fuck about that.
I lost, so, as you can see.
Did you, when you were talking to him,
Fuck a
did you
CSR,
get a
bro.
sense that he was on the fence about it, that he was potentially persuadable, or did you feel that he was minded to do it, notwithstanding what you were trying to persuade him to the otherwise?
Well, this was over the course of a month, and that included. So I went there three times, but I, you know, also talked by phone a bunch, and with him about this.
Fuck a CSR,
And a lot
bro.
of other people did too. You know, to advocate for it. You know, a lot of people. I don't think many people within the White House are advocating for it. Is my sense. Not that I would really know. I don't work there, but my sense is there weren't a lot of cabinet secretaries saying, "Oh gosh, we got to have a war with Iran." But there were a number of people from the outside who were all sort of visible. You kind of know who they are. Donors and advocates for Israel who were advocating for it. And my sense is his view started to change. You know, well, obviously it did because he did it. But at no point did I detect an enthusiasm for it. He didn't seem eager to do it. He didn't want Iran to have nuclear weapons. That sounds fair. I don't have a problem with that. I don't want anyone to have nuclear weapons. I want Israel to have nuclear weapons. I don't want France to have nuclear weapons. I mean, you know, that's a pretty reasonable position. But the idea that you would go into some kind of conflict that could very easily become a ground invasion, or who knows what it becomes, you know, a nuclear exchange, and who knows? He was not eager to do that, from what I could tell. And again, you know, people tailor their positions to the audience, but I talked to him a lot, and I never one time got the feeling he can't wait to do it. But I also felt. Turned out to be correct.
Watch, I
there
bet
was an
Pierce isn't
enormous
gonna.
amount of
Pierce isn't gonna
pressure.
respond to a single thing he says. He's gonna ask another question.
Enormous amount of pressure. Where exactly did it come
Completely
from?
unrelated question.
It
Watch.
wasn't just from Mark Thiessen of the Washington Post, who was calling a lot to demand more killing. Mark has a lifelong track record of doing that. But no one cares what Mark Thiessen thinks. I felt strongly, and I feel strongly now, that there were forces that were forcing him in this direction. And in fact, the Secretary of State, as you said in your intro, admitted as much out loud and said, Netanyahu said, we're going to go first, and you can either, you know, watch your assets get destroyed and your people get killed in the Middle East, or you can join us. The question, though, is
You see,
why at that
I
point?
thought that was really, I think, a fascinating moment when Marco Rubio said that, because it prompted Antony
Yes.
Blinken, the former Secretary of State, who'd obviously done his job, to then reveal that Netanyahu had tried to pressurize both Biden and Obama into doing the same thing, using the same pretext of, we're going to go and do this anyway, are you with us or not? And of course, in both those eventualities, the answer was no, and Israel didn't attack. I mean, do you think, knowing that now, knowing that from Blinken, do you think Trump may have got played here by Netanyahu?
Well, I already knew that the Israelis had done that in the previous administration. I knew they did it in 1973 with the Nixon administration, where they threatened to use nuclear weapons against the Arabs and forced Henry Kissinger to okay arms sales.
Pierce is watching the stream.
So there's a long pattern of this. And I think anyone who knows anything about the Israelis knows that they're capable of this. They're capable of great violence. They take their threats very seriously, maybe too seriously, to the point where they become self-fulfilling. I mean, you could argue about it, but they don't mess around. And of course, this had already happened in this administration. In June, our bombing, the 12-day war in Iran began when the Prime Minister of Israel announced to the administration, I'm doing this week. And my question then, and I raised it, was, how about no? How about no? You're a client state. You've got 9 million people. You're the size of New Jersey. You don't make operational decisions. And you certainly don't tell the world's dominant superpower.
My search is being glitched
like getting a lecture
again.
from your children. No. And that was my position, because that seems consistent with the laws of nature. The weaker partner doesn't get to dictate terms. Like, what world are we living in?
Right.
And whatever, I'm not in charge. But that was my position. I think that'd be the position of most rational people. But Israel was in charge of that war. They started it, and they were in charge of this war. They started it. So this is a difficult thing for the people who advocated for the war to deal with, because their whole purpose is not to help the United States. It's to, and not even to help Israel. It's to help the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu. If you're loyal to Israel, if you love the state of Israel, what do you think about what's happening in Tel Aviv and Haifa right now? They just had, apparently, an Iranian rocket land right next to the Church of the Nativity. Luckily, it didn't do much damage. But this isn't helping Israel. There's no real end game for Israel here that's going to result in its long-term stability and peace. Of course not. This is a disaster for Israel, actually. Not that I really care, because I'm not Israeli, but I don't want to see any country harmed. And these people are in a very tough spot, because now we've left the rhetoric stage and we're in the kinetic action stage, where the rest of us can just assess outcomes without mediation. Like, who controls the Straits of Hormuz in 3 years?
Come on,
Is there an American military base in Bahrain? What happened to the Fifth Fleet? It used to be there. Where is it now? Who's controlling the energy flows out of the Middle East? These are measurable phenomenon. They're not susceptible to Ben Shapiro being like, wagging his eyebrows at you and telling you you're an anti-Semite.
Wagging his eyebrows.
Puts them in a very tough spot.
That's such a fucking jab at the recent memes about Ben's eyebrows.
Never going to admit he was wrong, ever.
Love that.
Ever. One of the most liberating things I've ever done in my life was admit that I was wrong about the Iraq War. And I was ashamed of it. I remain ashamed of it. But once you say, I was wrong and I'm sorry, this tremendous weight lifts off your shoulders. You don't have to lie anymore. And that is what liberation actually is. None of these people will do that. None. They feel no compunction, and they won't. So instead what they're doing is they're just going bonkers on the attack, because, and this is a precept that Israel lives by, the best defense is a strong offense. So rather than like debating you on the terms or admitting that they were wrong in their forecasts and there was no popular uprising in Iran and we've lost control of the world's energy, they're going to say, Piers Morgan, you're a Nazi. Megyn Kelly, you're a Nazi. And you're just like, what? That is a kind of insulation that they're constructing around themselves to prevent, well, any kind of soul searching about how did I get it so wrong? All these people died because I was wrong. They don't want to deal with that. But it also allows them to just like keep going on to the next war of conquest or the next satanic disaster that they'll back, which they will.
Have you spoken to President Trump since the war began?
I just through proxies. He called me names or said I was too dumb to understand MAGA or something.
Bro, what's happening,
from my
bro?
perspective, a real attack. I can't. I admit my weaknesses up front. Okay, I like pizza, which is wrong. I like Donald Trump, which is increasingly hard to defend, but I do. And I don't anticipate any kind of personal tiff with Trump. I think he was in an impossible spot. I think it's very obvious now that the U.S. president, under our current system, which I pray changes soon, doesn't have the latitude that people thought he had. The presidents can't just make whatever decision they want in the interest of their country. There are other forces hemming them in. We don't have sovereignty in a real way. Clearly we don't. If we're following a country of 9 million people into a war that could displace us as the dominant superpower, we don't have sovereignty. I mean, by
Right.
definition. And I think every president has felt that since John F. Kennedy was murdered, and clearly they all have. And they've acted within it, you know, with wisdom or not, but they're still acting within boundaries that they didn't set, that no American did. And it's just time to change that system, not because you hate Israel or you're anti-Semitic. I mean, I'm not anti-Semitic. I don't hate Israel at all. I'm never going to. But that's not the way a sovereign country behaves or should have to behave. And Americans have earned the right to live under a government that makes decisions on their behalf for their benefit. I mean, it's that simple.
What Trump said about you was quite revealing, actually, because he said Tucker's lost his way. He's not MAGA. MAGA is saving our country. MAGA is making our country great again. MAGA is America first, and Tucker is none of these things. And Tucker's really not smart enough to understand that. Now, having been on the receiving end of Trump's savage rhetoric from time to time, that is pretty low base for him. But it was an interesting point about what constitutes MAGA, because of course there are many people with pretty short to mid-term memories who can remember Trump campaigning so vociferously to his MAGA base before the last election on saying, look, we're going to be America first. We're not going to go marching into Middle Eastern countries anymore. We're not going to wage foreign wars. We're not going to interfere in other countries. And we're going to fix the economy in the United States. We're going to get the cost of living prices down. We're going to end inflation. And it seems to me that it might be that President Trump has either forgotten what he said or wants to try and reframe what MAGA really means. Because if you're a MAGA voter, you must be slightly mystified. You may not want to admit it publicly because you think it betrays Trump, but you must be mystified that within a year of winning back the White House, the guy that campaigned on not going into the Middle East again, not waging foreign wars, focusing on America first and the US economy, has now launched the biggest war in the Middle East in my lifetime that America has waged, and that has inevitably sparked the biggest economic meltdown we've seen as a consequence of a war, not least because, as you said, about the Strait of Hormuz and the damage that is inflicting, and the simultaneous attacks on the Gulf states and all the fallout from that. So it seems to me that he may want to come after you for not really understanding MAGA, but I'm not sure that many in the MAGA movement, if they're really honest, can be comfortable with what is happening here.
I mean, look, I've never claimed to be a genius because I'm not a genius. And so it's entirely possible there are motives I don't understand. I certainly tried to understand in many conversations with them, but maybe I didn't. I'll keep that possibility open.
Yeah.
And as for what MAGA
Game
is,
it in.
it's a
See you,
slippery
bro.
definition. I mean, I think George Orwell wrote a bunch of books
See
about
you,
this.
dude.
including
Cleared out the
Democrat
playlist for us.
definitions change. I remember someone
Maybe they'll
pointing
come
to a
back
picture
next
of
week for us,
100%
kid.
black people once and telling me that's diversity.